Appreciate y'all. Shout outs to everybody tuning in. Shout outs to everybody joining, right? This is Feds 1, Feds Exposed Part 1, right? So to speak. Feds Exposed Part 1. And I'm going to be discussing some topics on things that you'll never get to know unless you study Fed law or you actually been in the Feds, right? So I'm gonna get into some personal things. I'm gonna get into some general things, like give y'all both sides. So for starters, if y'all don't know, the federal government, FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigators, right? They were, if I'm not mistaken, they were made 1900s, 1908, somewhere around that time, right? If I'm not mistaken. And the intentions of the federal government, which was called the BI, I think, the BOI in the beginning. It wasn't even the FBI. And, they were created by the Attorney General. The Attorney General has power, to create agencies if they feel needed, right? So, okay, boom, you have the federal government now. So basically, like I was getting to, was their intentions when they first came in was to pretty much was to target large scale drug organization businesses, wine making, what was it called back in the day, like hooch making or whatever. The what else? You have a couple that a couple different situations. Pardon me, I hate when I get a comment like that. Cut. And so it goes to the point of where you have this agency that's made by 1 to 2 people, right? And like I was saying, they were made to target certain people. So now, fast forward, you have the federal government of today that targets individuals that is not of the large scale, drug organization that's petty drug pushers that sell nickel bags, um, they target and actually have, in custody people that smoke, people that are drug addicts, people or that are, chemists, people that, cook up for the connects, for the people that's doing it, selling the drugs or whatever. They have people like that in there. I can personally vouch for that. They have people that is literally locked up, you know, for their drug use, pretty much. So, I know I'm all over the place, but pretty much I'm basically saying, like, in the beginning, y'all were made to defeat large scale organizations. Years later, y'all are basically fighting this drug war, by combating, lower scale people in the drug organization. And I don't know where down the line where it flipped. As y'all know, somebody named J. Edgar Hoover came into power, and after he came into power, if y'all know your history, y'all know your research or whatever. If not, do it. Um, that's when things took a change for the worse, if I was to say, within history, especially with the federal government. So I'm still not brought abreast of if they're actually a legal entity. I don't know if the federal government is a legal entity. I'm still doing some history and homework on that part, because the federal government, from what I believe and was told, is a foreign policy. It's a foreign government that was brought over here, to target something, dismantle it, and disperse. But somewhere down the line, they just stayed and became the Federal Bureau of Investigations, and then they try to put that term in there and say federal government of the United States, because somewhere in there you have to put the United States in there. You feel what I'm saying? Like, Department of Justice, that's for the United States. Everything that is implemented within the United States, it has to be in there somewhere. And FBI never really had that in there, that term in there. But I just recently started reading and doing some digging, and I'm starting to see that they're using the term federal government of the United States. and I could be wrong. Like I said, I'm not. I make mistakes. When I stand on something, y'all know the difference. When I stand on something, and I'm like, hey, look, listen, this is what it is. Da, 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 da. But for the most part, I personally think that they're not in their right jurisdiction. I don't think the federal government, they have laws that actually target individuals when they have already served time for them crimes. Like in a later, series, I get into it. Like they have situations where individuals serve time for, their crime, and later on get caught down the line for a federal crime. And now they have to serve more time because they have those priors, what they call priors. So that's basically double jeopardy, not directly, but indirectly. It's like double jeopardy. It's like I served my time for this. I got out. I'm free. I get caught up doing something else, and y'all basically saying because of this being a prior, y'all can amplify, my time, my charges, and that's another thing. That needs to be fought. It's a whole lot of stuff that's need to be fought within the federal government, but how do you start to fight them is mind-boggling. If y'all do your history and do your research, those are individuals that target individuals and dismantle them, right? Martin Luther King, J. Edgar Hoover. If y'all know about the stories of Martin Luther King being targeted by J. Edgar Hoover, the feds, Coin Protel, things of that nature. And so it's like, how do you even start to fight them or change laws, or even people that has the wit and the smart, the intelligence to even try to be an advocate for it? He's scared to death. It's the federal government. Everybody knows them as gangsters, especially individuals at their time. Behind the federal walls, we look at them as gangsters. The feds are gangsters. Period. I know a lot of stuff that y'all see in the movies by the feds. It looks, like fictitious. It looks. Some of that stuff they actually implement. Some of the stuff they get it from real life. Just like everything else in movies, they're gangsters. The federal government are fucking gangsters, plain and simple. And to finish covering that topic, it their jurisdiction is way outdated. I said that wrong. Their time is way outdated, and they overwhelming their jurisdiction. They still interceding within U.S. business, and they don't need to. If you ask me, this is not technically right. If you ask me, we have enough agencies, and they have the if I'm not mistaken, they have to report to the DOJ. If I'm not mistaken, they have to report to the DOJ, and that right there makes it a little bit fishy right there, because it's like, if y'all so-called the powers that have the intelligence or whatever, why y'all reporting to the DOJ? Because the DOJ is United States. So I really, so how does it work? If anybody know this, y'all could get in the comments and let me know. I know everybody has somebody on the top who they have to report to, right? But who's on the top? Just like the world was made, is who was there before to start the Big Bang? Right? We ain't gonna get into all that though. But yeah. How much time we in? It was 4:06. Thank y'all for tuning in. Right, I'm gonna make these series nice and short and straight to the punch. It's gonna be certain issues that I, put y'all abreast to. It's gonna be sometimes I'm gonna just, reminisce and give y'all jail stories when I was in a federal institution. But my whole logic of these videos is to get certain secrets out there to individuals that wouldn't never ever get to know these secrets and things if they never get locked up. Until you go to the feds, a lot of this stuff you'll never know. Unless you're around the individual that went to the feds, you never know it. And some of these points and tips and secrets, so to speak, can help individuals, on their daily routine, whether it's illegal, whether it's legal, whatever. But it's to really, my intentions is to help people, to stop people, and give people an option. Like, oh shit, that's what's gonna happen. Oh, that's a law. I didn't even know that was true. Real. Cut. Oh, yeah. But make sure y'all tune in to the next show and hit me in the comment box. Make sure y'all like, subscribe. Let me know if there's anything specific that y'all want to talk about. Any like federal institution that y'all family members was in, and y'all want to know like how was it? You know, if I was there, I'd be able to really give y'all that story. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all know my motto: secure the bag, secure your family, stay brinked up.